But let me turn everything on and then give you a gist of how Protools-9 works. Have my isochrome, excuse me, DM4800, 32 channels, Firewire coming into the Mac, Matty Extreme, 64 channels, so we're doing pretty good. So you understand what I was saying in terms of mixing outside the box. Right now, I have, if you can see, I have my kit. So 8 channels of drums, with the drum kit. I have my bass guitar, keys 1, keys 2, effects, coming into this 8 channels. I have vocals, a total of 8 channels of vocals, lead vocal, backgrounds, harmonies, etc. But like I said, because I'm now using the interface of the Tascam, that allows me to come out of Pro Tools 32 channels 32 channels direct, so I can mix with inside the box. But those same channels, I'm gonna match them up one for one with inside my DM4800, so that I can have direct control over each one outside of Pro Tools, as well as I can mix, because I have the remote section set up. I can mix with inside Pro Tools. So Son worked on. Without further ado, let's bring up Protools-9. All I did, I just took it out of Logic, brought it down, put it in. Well, I took it out of Logic. Like I said, I installed Pro Tools HD upstairs, took my dongle up there, and then I did all my mappings upstairs. Then all I did was just map a drive to the upstairs machine, and then drug the files down, and then opened up the files down here on this HD system. Now the beauty about this is, again, you don't have your TDM plugins again on the iMac, of course, but I have all my TDM availability to me once I come back downstairs. So even though I'm using my interface, my DM4800 Firewire interface, I still have access to all of my TDM plugins. Alright. Let's open these up a little bit wider. Okay, so just so you know, it was a simple project that he was working on. We have a kit, snare, hat, claps, keys 1, lead, which I have mapped the keys to. Have bells, strings. He has a synthesizer, I think it's called the Dominator, that's in the Logic toolkit. And I'm not certain what instrument 2 is, and I'm not sure what he was doing there, but that's beside the point. Right now, I have everything going to, well, I don't have everything going to analog 1. So, let me show you, I wish I had saved this project before a different way. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and put everything back into the 2-channel pair that go through the SSL. So, let's make everything back to analog 1, 2. By default, when I brought the project down, everything was set up to be analog 1, 2. All the tracks were already named. So if you come over here to set up, and let's see if I can zoom in a little bit. That's what we're going to do. Just take my word for it. I'm going into the setup portion of the of Pro Tools. Now, this doesn't matter if you have LE, if you're using Protools-9, you don't call it LE anymore. If you're using just Protools-9 or Protools-9 HD, it's all the same. So go to setup, go to hardware. Now, what you'll see is my peripheral now is set up to my interface card, which is my Tascam. So it's the IF Firewire DM MK2 Tascam card. But that just denotes exactly what interface I'm using. So if I come over here to peripherals, excuse me, 1 second, let's go back. I think I'm wrong. Okay, if I come over to I/O, you see all my I/O has all 32 channels that are part of my, like I said, my Tascam DM4800 base. So output 32 channels. 32 channels if I wanted to scroll across. Now the DM4800 is 64 channels, but you have a total of 48 channels that can actually be used and manipulated with effects, compressors, etc. And again, 32 channels that are available for you for inputs directly off the Tascam. And the beauty about this is, once something is digital, it's digital. There's always some sort of algorithms that one manufacturer will use over another, but a 1 is a 1 and a 0 is a 0. You may have a little bit of I don't even want to use the word coloration, because it just depends on the algorithm that the manufacturer is using. But for the most part, once something is digital, it's going to be passed digitally. So that's the beauty about having the SSL converted. Once it's converted by the SSL, once I bring it into the Tascam, because I'm bringing it into the Tascam digitally, I don't have to worry about when I bring it over to Pro Tools, because it's going to sound the same way it did off the SSL, versus having a color of the Tascam pre's manipulate the incoming signal. So that's what I didn't want. I just wanted to make certain that the SSL was converting it. I get that clean signal, and at that point in time, digitally, I can move those 1s and 0s from wherever they want to, wherever I want them to go. And like I said, I love the Tascam from its routing perspective. I can route anything through the Tascam. So, without further ado, let's go to the playback engine. With inside the playback engine setup, there's a section here that says current engine. The current engine typically would be the HDTDM system. So, if I wanted to, I could change this over to be an HDTDM. At that point in time, I'll be using my 192 interfaces. Okay? But I also have a host of different interfaces that are available. I have my built-in line input coming off the Mac, my digital input coming off the Mac, built-in output off the Mac, built-in line output on the Mac, built-in digital output on the Mac. I have my interface, which I'm using right now with my Tascam, and then I have something that says Pro Tools Aggregate I/O. Now remember when I told you that I was doing the I/O setup? And there's something crazy. Whenever I choose Pro Tools Aggregate I/O, Pro Tools crashes. I love you, Pro Tools. I love you, Avid, but you got to fix that for me. Have my MADI Extreme 1, which is my 64 channels of MADI that come directly off of the Alpha Link. And then I have my aggregate device. My aggregate device, which I've created with inside of the Mac OS 10.6. It is comprised of both my interface, my Tascam interface, the Firewire interface, as well as my MADI. So that's my own personal aggregate that I created. But I've already configured the Pro Tools Aggregate I/O to be the same as my personal I/O. Here's the key. I can use all of my TDM plugins, but they're actually being run as RTAS plugins when I use a different interface. So, like I said, right now I have all of my analog, everything going out to analog 1. So I'll play this out and let you hear this track, and then I'll map it to my channels over here on the Tascam, and then let you hear like a simple mix. So let's just play it out now. Okay, that was everything going out the stereo pair of Pro Tools, going directly to my pair with inside the Tascam, and then again out to my monitors, or out through the SSL and then out to my monitors. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to remap some things and then have them go to individual channels on the Tascam. So that was coming out the bus. I think I have it mapped to channels 25 through 48, or yeah, I think channels 25 through 48. Let's check.